All right, guys, it's spring 2022. Welcome to season 2 of the Next Level Deer Supplements Velvet Gains series. Unfortunately, it's probably just going to be me with the series this year. Carson kind of hasn't done much hunting, didn't hunt much last fall. Actually sold his bow and a bunch of his equipment and started buying household appliances like Roombas and air fryers, so I don't really know what's up with him, but hopefully we'll see him on a couple videos throughout the year yet. You see something? We should be the only ones out here, so it's probably just the wind. We got to pull this smaller feeder down, and then I got to pull the camera. We're actually in the west end of the bullpen right now where we're going to have clover. So we'll go over to the east side where we had the big feeder last year, and we're going to put in a post and a Big Bucks Plus rotomolded feeder. So we'll meet you over there.
We're Next Level Deer Supplements. I'm Nate Clark.
I'm Scott Christensen, and we want to welcome you to year 2 of the Velvet Gains series put on by our partners, Chasing the Dream. I hope you enjoy.
Let them grow.
That dumbass thinks I quit hunting. You guys know I'd never sell my bow. I did buy an air fryer, but that was a good investment. Joke's on him though, I've been watching him struggle for the last couple weeks. But I'm really looking forward to this 2022 season, so I kind of want to see what's on trail camera, so maybe I'll go help him. Yeah.
Times like this be really nice to have an extra hand doing all this work up here at the ranch. Finn's not much help. Doable by myself, but it was a lot easier when I had Carson's help. I wish he wouldn't have bailed on me. Unloading all this heavy stuff. What the? What are you doing here? You think you can hide behind that little tree?
Why are you telling everybody I sold my bow?
Well, that's word on the street. You traded your bow for an air fryer.
No, I traded it for an air fryer and a crossbow.
Now you're just making it worse. Let's get to work. Now that Carson's finally here, we got this feeder put up. It's a nice Big Bucks Plus feeder from Tom over at Big Bucks Plus, and these are their new roto-molded feeders for the 2022 season. They've got a few different options, so we're trying out this 200 pounder here in the east side of the bullpen, and we're just going to dump in the rest of the seed that was left out of that redneck T-post feeder on the west end. And then one of the things that Nate and Scott have had some guys do themselves on their areas with sandier soil, the deer don't really like hitting mineral down in the sand, just obviously same reason a person wouldn't. You don't want to be chewing on rocks and grit and stuff like that. So inside of this feeder, it's actually got a little trough in the bottom, and several other feeders do too. So you pour in your mineral and layer the bottom of the feeder, put a bag of feed on top of it, sprinkle some more mineral on top of that, another bag of feed and a little bit more mineral, and your deer will be able to hit the mineral effectively without chewing on sand. So get that filled up and on to the next spot.
right, contrary to popular belief, I am still alive. I still do hunt. So we're gonna be starting the 2022 Velvet Gains series, as Garrett's already said. We're here at the little alfalfa field. We're gonna be throwing up one of our barrel feeders. We got a lot of pictures of a buck you guys might remember from last year named Bog. He ended up getting shot by the neighbor last rifle season. So we're gonna throw a feeder up, put some next level in it, and get a camera on it and see what shows up this year. Good enough for me. That's some high caliber, dude. Man. All right, so we just got the feeder put up. I just put some mineral out, so the deer are really gonna start hammering that once they get it open. Once the deer will get that open, they'll start hitting it a lot.
Get the bag open.
Yeah. I dumped the whole dough, Phil.
A little too much.
All right, we're on the 80, which is a property that Garrett and I picked up last season. I don't know if you guys remember, but we didn't have a whole lot of action here as far as deer activity, but we did have a few nice bucks show up in July, and they stuck around all the way up into the fall. But this year we got corn planted up on top. Last year was beans, so we're hoping that that kind of helps us out a little bit. But Garrett put a mineral site here last week, and it hasn't really been touched a whole lot yet, which we kind of figured. We knew that there wasn't a whole lot of deer traffic through here, but we're gonna keep an eye on this spot anyways because we know that there are some nice bucks in the area.
All right, we're down here at the creek feeder. This one's still got probably about 2 bags of feed left in it. We've kept a lot of these sites refreshed since February, March, and then I put the feeders back up in April and kind of been trying to keep up with some of them. So some of these sites we're not gonna actually put any more mineral or feed if they're still good, just kind of refresh you guys' memory where they're at. And the next spot I think will be the railroad bridge.
All right, we're here at the railroad bridge mineral site, and the deer have just annihilated this site. They've dug the hole so deep. As you guys can see, there's a big pile of deer crap right there.
That's massive.
That's got to be a huge buck.
200 inches.
Yeah, we're really excited about this spot. No, the neighbor's cows got in here and just destroyed this spot. Completely turned our camera around, of course, but by the looks of it, there's quite a few cows in here, so we're going to be talking to the neighbor and getting that figured out so we can get this mineral site up and going, not have to worry about cows. So I guess we'll just move on to the next one.
All right, we've just got a little T-post feeder right here. This is basically like 300 yards straight up the hill, across the creek from the cabin. Big chunk of timber over here, the new piece that Klassen's bought a couple years ago. And we've got a pond in there. It looks like the deer finally started to find this site. I've had it here for probably 3 weeks. Looks like they finally started to hit it in the last week or so. So check the card, filled the feeder back up, and we'll keep testing this site. There's gonna be several sites this year that we're just gonna test out to see if they're any good, if the deer hang out there in the summer. And then obviously our bigger main sites, but this is one of the testers. So now I think we're gonna head out to the corridor plot right now, and I broadcast seeded Buck Fever Seed Co. clover in here a little over 3 weeks ago now, and there's a lot of it starting to sprout, and we've got quite a bit of rain since then actually, but the thistles are pretty much overtaking all of it, so I got to get in here and shred everything out ASAP so the clover can start coming up. So we just moved this T-post feeder out of the center of the plot so we can get in here and mow it. off to the edge, and then we're going to put a mineral sight in here next to it and move the camera, and we'll be good at this spot. So what have you been doing lately?
I told you, I got a girlfriend. I didn't die. She's literally filming right now.
Oh, that makes sense.
All right, we are at the southwest feeder now. The feeder's still pretty full, so we're not going to do anything with it. I think that we are going to swap the cameras out and put a better camera here, and put a mineral sight as well. But from here, we're going to go probably 300 yards up the hill up to the arrowhead plot that Garrett and I made last year and put a feeder on that. So we'll get this taken care of and then head up there.
Damn.
Clean?
No.
We are at the arrowhead plot, and actually Garrett and I named it that because we found 30 Indian arrowheads here. It was pretty crazy. We were tilling and Garrett was just walking behind the tiller just picking one up after the other. And we ended up selling those for quite a bit of money, but we're gonna, no, I'm not gonna say that.
You already got that far.
All right, I'm just lying about that. This looks like an arrowhead. We're gonna put a T-post feeder on here. This end of the plot is clover. Garrett broadcast seeded some. So we're gonna check and see if any of that's coming up. We're gonna put a mineral sight here and a camera. And then I believe we have one more to do. And then that'll be it for today.
And eventually we'll put a big feeder on the plot here.
Yeah, big feeder, probably 1,000 pounder.
Sounds good.
So the cows can eat it all.
Yeah, I like that idea.
All right. I wish Garrett was here so he could help me carry all this stuff. It's so heavy. That ain't going anywhere.
The last sight of the day here for the kickoff video is a new spot that I put in just under a week ago, right in one of the saddles between the Niobrara River and the Arrowhead plot where a lot of the deer travel through. It doesn't look like anything's been here much in the past week since it's been up, but we're gonna keep monitoring it, throw up a camera on it. There's a few other sites that we're gonna test out this year, and then a few other spots that are pretty regular that we need to have in. There's just cows in those pastures right now, so we'll update you on those sites once the cows get taken out of there. And really excited to see what shows up during the 2022 season and summer especially, while we're doing this second Velvet Gains series. And we lost a lot of mature bucks last year. We also had a lot of really good up and coming bucks, so pretty excited for it. Thank you guys for watching.